Hi everybody, in this video we are going to study about current mirror or constant current source. Before we go into the detail about current mirror, let us study what is a current mirror. A current mirror is a circuit in which the output current is forced equal to the input current. It is a circuit in which the output current is the mirror image of the input current. Therefore, once again, the current mirror is a circuit in which the output current is the mirror image of the input current. Now, let us see the circuit of a basic current mirror. This is the circuit of a basic current mirror. Here, the transistors Q1 and Q2 are identical. The base of Q1 and Q2 and emitter of Q1 and Q2 are tied together, and therefore the emitter to base voltage of Q1, that is VB1, is equal to VB2. The transistor Q1 acts as a diode because the base of Q1 and collector of Q1 are tied together, and hence the Q1 acts as a diode. When VCC is applied, the reference current I reference flows through R1 and enters to the diode connected transistor Q1 and produces a voltage across the emitter base junction of Q1. This voltage in turn appears between base and emitter terminal of Q2. This voltage establishes an emitter current IE and collector current IC, which is equal to alpha into IE. Since the bases and emitter of Q1 and Q2 are tied together, VB1 is equal to VB2. As long as Q2 is maintained in the active region, its collector current IC2 is equal to I0 will be approximately equal to I reference. Since the output current I0 is a reflection or mirror of the reference current, the circuit is often referred to as current mirror. Now we'll see how the output current I0 is a reflection of the input current or reference current I reference through the analysis. The emitter current IE1 of transistor Q1 is given by IE0 into e power VB1 by VT, where VB1 is the emitter to base voltage of transistor Q1 and VT is the thermal voltage. IE0 is the reverse saturation current. The collector current of transistor Q1 is given by IC1 is equal to alpha into IE1, and therefore multiplying alpha with IE1 we will have alpha into IE0 into e power VB1 by VT. Similarly, the collector current of transistor Q2 is given by IC2 equal to alpha IE2 equal to alpha IE0 into e power VB2 by VT. Now let us find the ratio of IC2 by IC1. For that, let us divide 1.3 equation 1.3 by 1.2. Therefore, dividing the equation 1.3 by 1.2, we will have alpha IE0 into e power VB2 by VT, the whole divided by alpha IE0 into e power VB1 by VT. These two terms alpha IE0 gets cancelled, and the term in the denominator e power VB1 by VT goes to the numerator, and therefore IC2 by IC1 is equal to e power VB2 minus VB1 the whole divided by VT. Now since VB1 is equal to VB2, therefore VB2 minus VB1 becomes 0. As a result, it becomes e power 0 equal to 1. Therefore IC2 by IC1 equal to 1, or cross multiplying we will have IC2 is equal to IC1 equal to I0. So we have seen that the output current IC2 is equal to IC1 equal to I0. Now let us apply KCL at node A. Applying KCL at node A, we see that I reference, the current I reference is equal to IC1 plus base currents. The base current IB is divided into IB1 plus IB2. That is, I reference is equal to IC1 plus IB1 plus IB2. We know that the collector current IC is given by beta IB, or IB is equal to IC by beta. Therefore, expressing base currents in terms of collector current, we will have IC1 plus IC1 by beta 1 plus IC2 by beta 2. That is equal to IC1 plus IC1 by beta plus IC2 by beta. Since the two transistors are identical, beta 1 is equal to beta 2 equal to beta. And also we have seen in the earlier section that the two collector currents IC1 and IC2 are equal, and let us that be equal to IC. So replacing IC1 and IC2 by IC, we will have IC1 plus 2 IC1 by beta, or let that be IC. Therefore I reference is equal to IC into 1 plus 2 by beta. Now taking LCM, we will have IC is equal to beta by beta plus 2 into I reference. That means the output current IC or I0 is equal to beta by beta plus 2 into I reference. If beta is far greater than 1, say of the order of 100, then the term beta by beta plus 2 is equal to unity, and therefore IC is equal to I reference. That is, the output current is equal to the input bias current. Now let us find the expression for I reference using the circuit. Applying KVL, I reference is equal to VCC minus VBE divided by R1. Therefore I reference is equal to VCC minus VBE by R1, and VBE is equal to 0.7 volt, and therefore I reference is equal to VCC by R1. Therefore we can find that I0 is equal to I reference, which in turn is equal to VCC by R1. Therefore the output current I0 is equal to I reference. I0 varies about 3% for beta greater than or equal to 50, less than or equal to 200. The circuit operates as a constant current source as long as the transistor Q2 remains in the active region. That is, as long as the transistor Q2 operates in the active region, the circuit operates as a constant current source. From the VI characteristics of the current mirror, it is seen that for VCE2 less than 0.3 volt, the transistor Q2 is saturated, and for VCE2 greater than 0.3 volt, the transistor operates in the active region, and the collector current IC2 is almost constant. This slight increase in IC2 is due to early effect. The slope of the curve in this region gives the output resistance R0 of the current source. So to conclude, the basic current mirror produces an output current I0 equal to I reference, where I reference is equal to VCC by R1. The major drawback of this current mirror is that for a low value of current source, I value of R1 is required, which cannot be fabricated economically. Thank you for watching.